have gone to the third parties. Basically everyone, not Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, and their little subsidiary companies like Retro. This is going to be another short one, because again, I don't have much to say because they all pretty much act the same way. A lot of them are acting sort of like Nintendo. They're just kind of there to make a quick buck however they can. I mean, just look at EA. Just produce another Madden every year and they'll sell millions. Which is probably the main reason I don't like that series that much. I prefer more wacky sports games, but whatever. The only companies that seem to be really trying at the moment are Capcom, Sega to a certain extent. They're still trying to make a quick buck with the Sonic franchise, but at least they're trying. And in some other regards, such as House of the Dead. Namco still does a few interesting things, as well as Ubisoft with Prince of Persia. But everyone else seems more content to just, you know, let's gobble up whatever licenses we can and make a game out of it. So, it just wonders how long they can keep this up. I mean, I know Majesco tried with Psychonauts, and that sort of scared everyone away. At least that's what I think. But it just makes you wonder how long they can keep doing this. Much like I said in a Microsoft fan, they just can't keep doing this forever. Now, I know there are other games out there like The Blob, as aforementioned, Little Big Planet, even though that is owned by Sony, I suppose. But some people are trying every now and again, but I just don't think we're seeing as much trial and error with certain things like we did on a, you know, N64, Sony, or PlayStation 2 type systems where everyone was trying a different thing to see what worked, and now everyone's just more content to do things that are safe at the moment, which is actually backfiring on companies, in my opinion. I mean, look at Haze. I mean, they tried to make another, you know, first-person shooter, and it fell to the floor. I think we all know what happened to that game. It's pretty bad, at least in my opinion. That's not to say all of it is crap. I mean, there are some good licensed games out there. But unfortunately, I mean, just look at the Wii section whenever you go to a Best Buy. I mean, there are some Nintendo games and some Sega games. But when you go down the line, it's, you know, Hannah Montana and, you know, SpongeBob SquarePants. So, I mean, it just feels like no one's trying to do anything different to differentiate. Because everyone's seeing what the three main companies are doing. And they're like, they're succeeding. Let's just do that. So, I mean, something will have to happen sooner or later. We'll just see whenever that happens. Like I said, it's only Capcom, Sega, Namco, and a few others. But even then, they're starting to get a little more, you know, serial happy. I mean, look at Sega. They just do whatever Nintendo tells them half the time. Not to say that it's bad. But, I mean, even Capcom had to close Clover, which was rather unfortunate. But even they had to, you know, cut their losses just because, you know, original things weren't selling. So in terms of, you know, the third parties going down the drain, well, not really down the drain, but kind of in this rut, do you know who I want to blame? You! Okay, that was pretty stupid, but I think it is a lot of the gamers' fault. I mean, games are getting more expensive, so they're more content to, well, they're more expected to buy, you know, a big name, something they think, or at least expected to be good, such as Madden. So it doesn't allow people to try new things if they figure it's not going to work. It's not a big name. I mean, look at Psychonauts. That was a fantastic game, but no one bought it because, you know, it wasn't familiar. Same goes for, you know, Shadow of the Colossus, even though I have heard rumors that there's going to be a second one, which I really hope. But no one will see about that. If that ever comes to fruition, like I said, I hope it does. But last thing I really have to say about them is that it seems like half of them are scared at, you know, the whole gaming industry at the moment. I think they're just scared to try anything new because of said failures. So I'm sounding pretty redundant, I'm getting. So I'm just going to cut this off before I start rambling, which is what I've been accused of doing multiple times. But, you know, we'll see how things turn out. Who knows? Maybe, you know, at the TVS and Nintendo's fall event, whenever the hell that's going to happen, if some big event, something big and new will happen. But, you know, hopefully something will happen. Because, I mean, let's face it, besides, you know, some high name titles, there's not a whole lot coming out in the near future. So, oh well. If anyone wants to request another video or a spiel, you know, just send something in. I'll be happy to oblige. So, see y'all later.